The following is a today's THV special presentation.
All right, Chuck, we're just fixing to head down. This is what we call the Grand Canyon, leading down to the stream. But this is where we just got off the trail called the Discovery Trail.
That's the trail that opens in the summertime?
In the summer, just from Memorial Day through Labor Day. It's 1.2 miles. It's a great trip. It's got about 700 stairs.
Did you ever think of putting a slide here? It'd be a lot easier.
We've got a slide in. Sure do.
Yes, if you like get down, get dirty kind of caving, then the new tours into the undeveloped reaches of Blanchard Springs caverns is definitely what you need to try.
It's pretty special because we didn't really ever know that we'd get to lead wild cave tours in the cave, and so far the response has been tremendous. We've had a lot of interest, whether you're a hardcore caver or just a novice. I think anybody would really enjoy the trip.
And as in most caves, you can find water. This water in here is mostly surface water, snow, sleet, rain, and all that good stuff. There's no fish because there's no way for fish to get in here, but there are, I understand, crawfish and salamanders. Now, if you're wondering, it doesn't look like there's water, but watch. There's water, and it's deep.
Of course, you're bound to run into a bat or two, and maybe even a cave cricket.
Well, it's not exactly a cakewalk in here, but it's well worth the trip. Don't try hauling in an ice chest in here, okay?
I don't see any deer meat.
Well, there's some deer hanging up out there under the shed. You have to go out there and look out there. We haven't fished tonight.
The Cole Hunting Club near Rowell, south of Pine Bluff, invited us for an overnight stay and hunt at their elite school bus deer camp. We're talking about only the finer accommodations here. A 3-level bunk system can sleep up to 9 people. And over here at this end, a stove. What more can you ask for?
School bus gets a little cold because we don't heat it up at night now. We have to have a good sleeping bag.
And after a good hearty deer camp dinner, it was lights out.
Rise and shine, bucks are snorting.
It was a short night, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Ah, yes, the stillness of the wilderness in anticipation of the big buck. Somebody got one. Deer? I don't see no deer.
After a brief power nap, we tried tracking a few deer tracks, but that was unsuccessful as well.
Deer hunting. Knew I should have went duck hunting.
Hello.
Jane,
Yes.
have we about got the budgets ready for this coming year?
Well, we're working on it.
We're working on them.
Yes.
That's Mayor Henry Butch Richenback enjoying his second term as mayor of Stuttgart, his day job. His night job is this. It's been almost 25 years when Mayor Butch began handcrafting his now world-famous rich-and-tone duck calls.
It started out mainly as just make a few duck calls here and there. In fact, the first probably 10 or 12 gave away.
Mayor Butch explained to us how he modified his particular design.
Calls used to be long, and I shortened them. This is actually a copy of my Uncle Clyde Hancock, except I couldn't make it look just like his, so I kind of altered it. And Miss Majors come up with the idea of a Coke bottle. It's a Coke bottle lip, like type lip. Yeah. Like a Coke bottle, so it fits your lip real good. And that's where I come up with that.
Mayor Butch also told us that he goes by one simple, basic philosophy.
I believe in quality, not quantity. You know, I want it to blow right, or I'm going to cut it up and throw it in that trash can over there.
Mayor Butch also teaches how to master the art of blowing a duck call. He tried with me, but then others have tried as well throughout the years, and sadly, my duck calling still sounds more like duck noise. In Stuttgart, Chuck Dovish, today's THV, Travelin Arkansas. It's one of the few places you can take a swamp expedition by way of a leisurely stroll on a boardwalk. The Louisiana Purchase Historic State Park near Blackton is a history lesson experience unlike you've learned about in school. In the first place, it happens to be in one of the few remaining natural environments of eastern Arkansas, a headwater swamp that was common in this part of the state years ago before wholesale drainage and clearing came along. And of course, along with it are all the various swamp critters, from snakes to lizards, spiders, even to the elusive pileated swamp woodpecker. But anyway, back to the history aspect of this excursion. So, what's the Louisiana Purchase marker doing in the middle of a swamp along Arkansas's Grand Prairie? Well, it marks the exact spot from which all the surveys were done in 1815 for the Louisiana Purchase, which was actually 12 years after the purchase itself. The land deal more than doubled the territory of the United States, and at less than 3 cents an acre, it also probably stands as the world's greatest all-time real estate deal. So, for an interesting history lesson, a great swamp adventure, complete with all the swamp critters and eerie sounds of the swamp, make it a day at the Louisiana Purchase Historic State Park near Blackton.
This has so much on them that it's hard to hold a vine up.
Wes Dillon of North Pulaski County is in Muscadine heaven.
Whoops.
Dillon has a little over half an acre of this primarily southern grape, which he began growing as a retirement project.
I had a cousin that had a few of these vines, and he got me interested in them, kept pushing me. I finally got a few, and I got a taste of it. So then I ordered a whole batch of them from the nursery. It started about 10 years ago, and about 4 years ago I planted my last ones. This is it. This is all I can handle.
Dillon says the peak ripening period for his muscadines will be about the middle of next month, when he says folks can come out and pick their own.
It's nice, clean. People enjoy coming out here because it's somewhere you don't have to wade through snakes or briars or anything. I keep it as clean as I do my yard. You have to like doing it or you wouldn't do it.
So whether you enjoy just eating them like they are, or spreading around some of that delicious muscadine jelly, the muscadine is a southern treat that's definitely too good to pass up. In North Pulaski County, Chuck Dovish, today's THV.
Got some on my nose.
Travelin, Arkansas. The colonial revival-style home in Piggott, where Ernest Hemingway and his wife Pauline Pfeiffer visited family, is now restored to its early 1930s authenticity. But even more importantly, the barn studio where Hemingway wrote portions of A Farewell to Arms and other works also has been restored.
He usually went hunting in the mornings. He'd walk out or drive out in the country somewhere and go pheasant hunting and quail hunting, and then come back and he'd write in the afternoons, and then he'd have his buddies come in at night and they'd play poker up there and drink a little bit too much, maybe sometimes. Rumor has it.
And then get back in the writing the next day, huh?
Back in the writing the next day, and he refers sometimes in some of his novels about the fog.
Well, be that as it may, we were fortunate on our trip to meet Hemingway's one-time housekeeper and nanny, Lily Jordan, who still lives in Piggott.
To me, he was just a gentleman now, that's all. He was good to me, nice to me as he could be.
We had to ask Lily if she ever read Hemingway's A Farewell to Arms.
No, I've not got to read that. I was supposed to get one of them, you know, when they was put out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not got to read one
Well, here's one right here.
yet. Oh, well, I thank you so much. My goodness. Thank you.
Because at the time when you were here, you probably thought nothing of him.
Oh,
what he was
didn't
doing, huh?
didn't even think a thing about it. I'd go out there sometimes and he would say, Peachy, will you take this page and look it over and see what you think about it? And I'd say, I don't know anything about that.
Imagine Hemingway asking you what you thought about a particular page while working on A Farewell to Arms. So come and experience the Hemingway the town of Piggott knew and remembers. Chuck Dovish, today's THV, Travelin, Arkansas.